guys, welcome back to Sincerely Yours. I'm Chelsi Thomas. I got a squad with me today. What up, what up? I'm here with Big Sweater. How's it going, guys? So yeah, everyone just introduce themselves. We'll start with Daquan.
Hello, I'm Daquan. I'm the mastering engineer for their album Blush. I've been working with them for about a year now. Yeah, a year and a half.
I'm Frankie. I play guitar and I sing in Big Sweater, and I've known Elijah since 10th grade.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been making music
around each other
for a long time. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. Yeah.
My name is Barry, and I play keyboards in the band. And I kind of helped these guys put together a band when they were youngsters in my classroom at school, and then I recorded the album here in my apartment, and that's mostly my story.
I'm Elijah. I formed this band in 2015. I sing and play guitar, and now we have a bit of a new lineup, but happy as hell to be here.
Hey, I'm Greg, and I play bass for Big Sweater. I've been in the band for about 2 years now, if not a little bit more. And it's been great so far. So
We're actually missing a member because he's working. His name is Gabriel Calderon. He plays drums and sings on some of our stuff too.
That's true.
But yeah, he's not here today, but we miss him.
Shout out.
Word.
Yeah.
So you guys are Big Sweater. You guys are a rock. Would you guys consider yourself rock?
Yeah.
What would you guys consider yourself? Let me ask.
I think it's always been like such a hard question to answer, but I think the general consensus says rock, like alternative rock is the right answer. So I think you're spot on there.
Cool. And how'd you guys come together as a band?
Oof, that's a tough one. So I started a band in 2015 with someone I met on the street. And, I was introduced through someone else that I had met, one of our, brother bands, Static Vision. Their bass player introduced me to Barry. And then we kind of got together, me, Jason, and Rashawn. Those were the other two. And, we had it out. We were just going out there and we were trying to play and stuff like that. And one thing led to the next. Everyone just kind of had to go on their own ways. And so I just was stumbling looking for bandmates, and I kind of called upon the people that I knew, and I happened to have a good circle of friends who were all musicians looking for stuff to do.
So how did you guys come up with the name Big Sweater?
So back in 2015, when the lineup change happened. Before that, actually, we were called Archipelago. So we did like 3 or 4 shows as Archipelago. And it turned out that no one could pronounce archipelago, so
It's kind of difficult.
Right. But New York's an archipelago, so I figured, this is like ingenious, like everyone's gonna get it. But we would show up to shows, and then it would say like archipelago, or like people would introduce us so poorly. So I just was like, I gotta change it. And I met up with Frank. We rekindled, and he was trying to throw a show, and in Central Park, and he was calling it Autumn Jam, and I was so into it. I was just happy to be around people who were making music and super supportive. And I was like, I gotta change this name. Like, I cannot have people just butcher this. Like, it's not gonna stick. So I had a list of like 30 names that I actually was gonna bring, but it was out of my reach. So I asked my friends. I was like, are any of these names good? And they said no to all of them. And the first one I wrote was Big Sweater. It was fall. It was like, morose out. Like the weather was changing. It wasn't quite cold, but the leaves were falling. And I was like, this is the kind of weather that just you just want to be like it's endearing, like you kind of just want to be wrapped up in somebody. You kind of just want to have that. And I was like, that's kind of the music that I make. So I was like, I don't care what anyone says, I think I'm gonna go with Big Sweater. And everyone was like, that's dumb, that's not gonna work out at all. And I was like, I'm just gonna try.
Your first instinct is usually the go-to. Like, I find that as an artist myself, like, people always try to discourage you from doing this. Like, no, trust yourself. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what's up.
Absolutely. No one knows that story, so I'm glad
dope.
that I got to
Sincerely
share that.
Yours, exclusive, you know. And you guys, in December, released an LP called Blush.
Yeah, this past 2018. Yeah.
Nice. So how'd you get the name for Blush?
A lot of arguing.
Disagreeing. The first day of recording, I think, like, I just immediately, because of that big sweater story, had come in with names. Like, I was like, this is what we should call it. I'm not even going to go down the list of names or what I fought for. But it came down to the point where the album was done and everyone was just like, if we can't figure out a name by the time the album is done, we'll go with your name. But that's the last resort. So Gabriel came up with Blush, and apparently had suggested it several times, but I was just so gung-ho about what I wanted to call
Tell
it.
us what you wanted to call it.
It's such a concept. Manic Pixie Dream Girl is what I wanted to
Blush
call
is
it.
much better.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's creative, though. I respect the creativity and the, it's very unique.
It was far
Blush
out.
is very chill.
Yeah, it's right for the music. Way better. So we got to give that credit to Gabriel. I think it was like one of the first times we all just looked at each other and we were like, damn, Gabriel kind of just
Especially
owned
when
it.
when we saw the final, result of how it looked on the the album cover, it was just like, this is so appealing to look at. It just looks beautiful.
Yeah, tell me the story behind the art. There's people holding hands.
That's another. So I spoke to a freelance artist, blanking on the name, but I'll send you the link.
Yeah, no problem.
Ian Dooley. that's
Okay, cool. Shout out him.
So he does all types of art, and I reached out to him and I said I need to use this image. We were asking all kinds of artists. We were trying to come up with like all kinds of original art, and we just like the name, just couldn't come up with one thing. But I think this was the one that everyone was like, "Is it?" So I reached out to him and I was like, "Could I please use this art? Like, I'll send you some of the music. If you like it, just please reach out to me." He's like, "For sure, just send me a copy of the album." So he did, and I don't think we had a name at that point, but I think to me, in like symbolically, it was just kind of like Frank's songwriting and my songwriting and everyone kind of just coming together, and just it embodied like sensitivity and unity and just all kinds of togetherness that we had just spent like 16 months here just
That's sick.
making. So I mean, I loved it, and the colors, just the hues. I think you enjoyed that.
And we did it completely ourselves, like everything from recording, the writing, and even the album artwork, making CDs, all that. Nobody helped us out.
Yeah,
on
so
that.
let's talk about that. So most people would say that CDs are kind of like outdated, but you guys chose to.
We would also say
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
It's on
So
streaming
tell
services.
Tell me why. Oh, yes. So let's talk about that. So you guys are on Apple Music,
Yeah.
SoundCloud, YouTube. You guys got to get on
Spotify.
Spotify.
We're on Tidal.
Oh, are you?
We're on Tidal. We're on every streaming service.
We doing this all ourselves, like
Yeah.
but it was a really rigorous process at the end, because like trying to have the song order be something that tells a story and is relatable, and trying to have it out on time, and putting on a show, having people come to our show and like not be like, oh, we're just supporting our friends. We want to give people an experience, and when they walk out, they're gonna want to buy a CD, or they're gonna want to like put a sticker on the back of their phone, or just like show their best friend or cousin, hey, look what my friend can do, or look at this person I saw last Friday night.
So what was the thought process behind releasing CDs? I like it. But I just want to know.
Everybody wanted to release records, like, and that's really expensive. That's really expensive, but it's also like a novelty, and it's something really beautiful to look at. Like, think of your favorite albums. Now imagine
Right.
them on vinyl.
Right.
They
I
sound-
have Thriller. vinyl.
You know what I'm saying?
Word.
It sounds good,
Yeah.
it looks good, and it's
Yeah.
like another experience. So, we looked into making that, and then it was like, we're not there yet. And we also looked into, what was it, USBs?
Yeah, like little cassette-shaped USB, like,
Portable,
basically
yeah.
JAWS. But it didn't really seem like it's just a it's just
gonna be
a
a-
cassette. It doesn't have the album artwork. I guess you could put it on the little cassette thing, but then it's tiny. And it's like people like to have something physical. We know people probably aren't going to play the CD. We're kind of at a threshold of paradigm change for music anyway, because every band has this issue. We're like, what do we do? Like, we want to have something physical to give to people, to sell them. You can give them a download code, but people are not as quick to, part with their money for a download code.
Right,
You
right.
know.
And with a USB, it's something that you would just put at the bottom of your, your BS drawer. Something that just gets lost forever. Like a CD is something that you can put in a collection of things.
It's mostly a carrier for the artwork.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
More than anything, you know,
Gotcha.
it's so that people can have the
Correct.
artwork in physical form in their hands.
You said that one of the things that took you some time is making sure the order for Blush was correct and making sure the story like unfolded coherently. So, what is the story of Blush? As you guys say.
Why don't you give your side and I'll give my side? It's like we'll share this.
It's really funny. I think it's interesting because, and it ties into why I wanted to call it Manic Pixie Dream Girl so bad. But it's just so.
You sound.
It's over. The dream is over.
I'm just joking.
No, it's I think just it magically worked out the way that Frank's songwriting and my songwriting, just through different experiences, kind of told this story, this ambiguous story of a person. It could be male or female. It's definitely a female, but it's just like it just told this beautiful kind of adventure, this tale of ups and downs and like an outcome. And I think it depends on your perception. It could be, each song could be a good like adventure, or it could be a horrible experience. And some people come up to me about songs that, and even Frank songs, that I know what mindset he was in, or I know what mindset I was in. They're like, that song's really sad. And I'm like, that was a really good experience in my life, and vice versa. And I think the story it's beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So, I mean, blush, you can blush if you're embarrassed. You can blush out of being excited. You can it's just either or. And I know that, the song, I know how I wanted the album to start and end, and I think those are the two things that I was also very, very like, it has to start with What Do I Know and end with Calling, and then I think everyone kind of agreed on that. But yeah, it just kind of, if you listen to it beginning to end, it kind of just is super cohesive.
It's like one sentence without a period. Like there's, we really thought out we like, me and Barry worked on hours and hours, like making transitions and making sure the transitions kind of didn't steer away from what the genre of music was doing. But it was like he couldn't have said it better. Like it was just something that came to be.
So let's talk more about Blush. Let's get into the music. So my favorite tracks are Goldfish and do your thing. Yeah. So Platform Stare and Goldfish are two of my favorites.
Platform Stare is something that I actually wrote in my last relationship, the beginning of my last relationship. Everyone goes through the motions of just thinking, oh, is this person interested in me? Like, am I coming off too strong? What is it? Is it me that's upsetting this person? Like, and it's kind of the realization of, oh no, there's life outside of me and this person. Like, they have a real life. I'm just, becoming a part of it, and I kind of have to give that person that space. And it was kind of just more so, also on top of that, the realization that it was okay. Like I saw in the person's eyes on their train at their stop platform, like, oh, this is gonna work out. This is great. Like, and I was already just kind of head over heels about it. I was kind of just excited to fall in love, and it was interesting. It was an eye-opening experience.
So Elijah and Frankie are vocals on that track, right?
Yeah.
And okay, so Frankie, I knew you could sing, but I had no idea how much of a beast you were on guitar. Your guitar solo is fucking amazing. Like, the intro to the song is so dope.
It's very Narcos. It's just so like epic.
Yeah,
and
it's
just
so
drag
epic.
you in.
It's so epic.
man.
It. I know this is probably like, you probably won't believe me, but it really reminded me of like the Michael Jackson solos in Thriller. Because I don't typically listen to like rock that much.
Ooh.
Shreddy Van
But
Halen.
yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
Rob,
Yeah.
Rob gave me that name.
Oh really?
Rob or
Because he listened to your music.
This was when
So
I first
we
met
worked
him.
together.
Yeah.
My
This is
part-time
my homie
job.
right
Yeah,
here.
we worked together. This is how we met.
Yeah, and one day he just started working at our job, I don't want to.
Yeah, keep it low.
Keep it low. I don't want to feel it. He just started working. He comes in. He sees me doing my thing. He goes, "So, I hear you play guitar." I'm like, "Yeah, man. I just." It's like I like to get people to come out from the job to come see my band. And he goes, "So what do they call you?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Do they call you like Shreddy Van Halen?" I changed my Instagram name to it. I changed my Snapchat.
You were like, they do now.
They do now.
Rob is so.
He's
Rob is
so
good
great.
to, like jokes like that.
He's like the real Michael Scott.
He really is.
He's
He
so
really
funny.
is. He's so funny.
So
I love him.
I love him.
Thanks, Rob.
Shout out Rob.
Rob, you're the man.
Rob's the man.
But yeah, the guitar solo, if I may, like when I first heard this kid play the song Platform Stair, it was in my in my bedroom. We were sitting, and my bedroom wasn't a bedroom. It didn't have a bed. It had a 42 channel mixer. It had
It was
this
a
guy,
studio.
all of this guy's equipment was in my bedroom, and like I was like, I'll sleep on the floor. So one day this guy comes, plays me Platform Stair, and I'm like, we got a show in a couple of days. I'm gonna try to learn this. I'm gonna try to get it down. And a lot of I'm not classically trained, so all my singing, all my solos, everything that I do that's creative in that element is from the heart. Like I don't think about it. I just do it. I know how to get around the fretboard, and I know how to be comfortable. I know how to make that connection with the audience. Like there's some guitar players that like are when they use pedals and effects, it's kind of like overbearing, and I was once that guitar player, but I spent most of my life like really, really deeply listening to like my favorite guitar players, like Hendrix, Clapton, Jimmy Page, shout out to them.
Obviously, I identify with the music. I liked your writing style. I thought it was very smooth, so I was very impressed. And I could tell you guys wrote that, which is even like way more impressive.
Thanks.
No
Yeah,
problem.
we didn't want to sugarcoat the album for anyone. We wanted people to just grasp onto it however they wanted to and just feel the way they did.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
glad to hear that. That's an honor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
Thank
Thank you.
You guys
Hell
are
yeah.
so nice.
I'm glad this
Yeah,
happened.
air bump. But yeah, I'm so hyped for you guys to perform. You guys are gonna
Yeah,
perform
for sure.
Platform Stair, right?
Sure. Yeah. We
Let's
can do
do
that.
it.
Nice special
Let's do
request.
it. Steal yours. I'm Chelsi Thomas. This is Big Sweater. We out
Yeah.
here.
Doctor said, what day is it here again? And it's raining